To get the girl's body, the boy came up with a bold plan. He scraped off the date on an old check, then rewrote it with today's date. Next, he carefully peeled off the original name and pasted on a new one he'd prepared. To make it more convincing, he pulled out a toy airplane he'd soaked in water, gently removed the airline logo, and stuck it in the bottom left corner of the check. In that moment, a perfect forged corporate employee check was complete. The first time he brought it to the bank counter, his heart was pounding.
You have the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen.
I do get that all the time.
Thank God he managed to slip it through undetected. That day, he tasted success for the first time. From then on, an even crazier idea took root in his mind. He started buying toy airplanes in bulk, mass-producing airline stickers, repeatedly impersonating pilots, and cashing check after check, until one casual conversation where he overheard a key piece of information. Pilots could fly free on any company flight. He was instantly hooked. Shortly after, a flight attendant brought him into the cockpit, and the captain, thinking he was a colleague, even gave him a window seat. The boy was nervous because it was his first time on a plane. After that, he started hitchhiking across 26 countries, cashing forged checks the whole way. But he wasn't satisfied. He set his sights on real bank checks. Using smooth talk and his pilot identity, he infiltrated a bank and learned the check code secret from the girl. To make his forged checks look more authentic, he spent a fortune at an auction buying an old check printing machine. Only it could print checks good enough to fool the bank, but he became too flashy and reckless. These checks eventually caught the attention of the FBI. Agent Carl followed the money trail, closing in on him step by step. Just as the boy was packing his bags in his room, Carl burst in. The room was empty, with only the faint sound of water coming from the bathroom. Carl shouted for the boy to come out. The boy slowly opened the door.
You're late, all right? My name's Alan, Barry Allen, United States Secret Service. Your boy just tried to...
He tried to keep smiling while his mind raced with escape plans. Carl didn't believe him and demanded to see his ID. The boy pretended to comply and handed over his wallet. At that moment, the boy pointed outside and said his partner was taking away the criminal.
Hey, Murph. Yeah, call the LAPD again. I don't want people walking through my crime scene.
It was a perfect performance, convincing the officer completely. The boy finally let out a breath of relief. Now he even pretended to check the officer's ID. Then, while the officer was distracted, he packed up the printing machine and slipped out the door. By the time Carl realized something was wrong and checked the wallet, he found it full of useless cards. He quickly ran to the window, but the boy was already gone. It was their first encounter. The result was clear: the boy had won, and they lost.
Oh, God damn it!